and a badger can't lose anything.
That's right.
Think about what that would do to how you feel about your money. And people say, well, it sounds too good to be true, or da-da-da. It's not. It comes down to you're going to give up some rate of return to completely eliminate the downside. The guy that came in yesterday is a teacher, and he's a really smart guy, and he said, you know what, when you can invest money and not lose any principal if the market goes down and make a gain, it seems too good to be true. I said, well, it seems too good to be true, but it's not, because you can't make the full gain. You make a percentage of a gain, and it's just math. Yeah. That's all. It's just math. Yeah. You're going to reduce your potential gain to eliminate your risk, which is what a lot of people want to do right now.
Yeah. The key is that, number one, you have to become educated from a firm that understands the different financial instruments. Number two, you have to identify precisely what you want your money to do for you. Number three, you have to determine how much income you, and if you're married, your spouse need for the rest of your life. And number four, you have to realize and understand how much risk you're willing to take, how much money you're willing to use. And then the last point is in putting together a plan to incorporate all these ideas. And if you do that successfully, you will end up with a plan that's going to work for you.
Well, and the key is to feel comfortable. Clients came in last week, and one of the big comments they made was, the reason we're working with you is that your whole philosophy is, how does Peak, how does Dan and Jim, how do we help people that are either retired or getting ready to retire? How do we help them worry less about their money? And the client said it about 5 times. They said, that was our whole goal, we wanted to worry less, because we're worrying so much about losses, about retirement, about income, about taxes, everything. We just don't want to worry anymore.
During times like these, it's completely normal to be worried about your investments and retirement. A leading cause for financial stress is not having a clear, written, understandable plan or financial roadmap. Clay and Buck here to tell you about a local resource, Peak Financial Freedom Group. For decades, Jim and Dan have taken a hands-on approach to help their clients understand their money, identify risks, and navigate retirement. Their recent book, Mama's Secret Recipe for Retirement Success, co-written with Jack Canfield, hit the Amazon bestsellers list. Peak Financial focuses on proactive planning done by fiduciaries. Moms and more save up for retirement. They're offering a free, no-obligation consultation. Free offer. Simply dial #250, and when prompted, say the keyword money. Dial #250 and say the keyword money.
Be ready. Staying informed.
A homeless encampment in Sacramento
Makes a difference.
Taxes in California.
There's a new wildfire burning in Northern California.
Sacramento news, traffic, and weather station KFBK News Radio. 3.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Do you worry about your investments, uncertain income, and not having a clear written retirement plan? Clay and Buck here to tell you help's available from a local resource, Peak Financial Freedom Group. For decades, Jim and Dan have acted as written plans for their clients. If you save $500,000 or more for retirement, call right now for your free, no-obligation consultation.
What are you looking at?
Retirement income plan. You may also qualify to receive a free signed copy of their Amazon best-selling book and a free $100 Amazon gift card. Call right now for your free consultation and to find out if you qualify. Simply dial #250 on your cell phone, and when prompted, say the keyword money. Again, dial #250 keyword money. That's #250 keyword money.
This promotion was paid for and sponsored by Peak Financial Freedom Group. Investment advisory services are offered through Fiduciary Solutions LLC, a California registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services are offered through PFFG Insurance Agency LLC, California Insurance License Number 0N14013.
Don't miss Amy A's Hardware and Amy's Outdoor Living huge warehouse sale Thursday through Saturday. Incredible savings on brand name patio furniture, umbrellas, and barbecues. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. 11255 Pirates Way, off Sunrise and 50.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you make Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app. Lars, James from Metallica here, and this is iHeartRadio. What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Lincoln Park. This is free iHeartRadio app where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
Spring is the time for renewal and rejuvenation. Christina here from my friends at Northwest Exteriors. Upgrade to Anlin windows and refresh the look and feel of your home. These windows offer superior noise reduction, insulation, and sun protection properties, making them perfect for any home. Plus, they come with a transferable lifetime guarantee, which can increase your home's value. And right now, with Northwest Exteriors paying the sales tax, there has never been a better time to upgrade to energy-efficient windows. Trust in the best and schedule your window upgrade today by calling 888-TRUST-NW. That's 888-TRUST-NW. Or visit TrustNorthwest.com. Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
You're listening to the Peak Financial Freedom Hour with Jim Files and Dan Ahmed of Peak Financial Freedom Group.
You're back with Dan and Jim in the Peak Financial Freedom Hour. We're talking about some financial truth. Let's talk about this one. This is more of an emotional one, but I think it's great to talk about because I've seen this switch a lot for people. And the financial truth is, it is very dangerous, extremely dangerous, to just let one spouse take care of and then understand or supposedly understand the money. And you're seeing so many more couples coming in where one spouse, typically in our age group, the male has taken care of the investments. The wife maybe is taking care of the budget, so they both have big jobs to do, so they kind of separate, the duties. But one of them, supposedly understands money. The problem is, if only one understands the assets, the other doesn't understand the assets, and the spouse that understands the assets passes away, where does that leave the spouse that doesn't understand the assets? More importantly, how much really does the spouse that says they understand the money and the assets, how much really, Jim, do they understand the money and the assets?
Well, really, and I hate to insult anybody that's listening right now, because many of you, and I get it, many of you want to take control, you want to manage the money, you think you can do it effectively, and you probably have during the early years of your career whereby you were dollar cost averaging into your investments, and you picked out some stocks that really worked well, and we get all that. But as you age, you better get advice from somebody at least to make sure that what you're doing is on track. And if it's not on track, you should at least consider what those alternatives are, because there's a good chance you probably don't understand all the different financial instruments out there and how they work together on an integrated basis to make sure that your plan is going to work now that you're getting the late 50s or 60s or 70s, because you can't afford to lose what you've earned.
Well, and the couple comes in and they've almost both resigned themselves to the same thing, and that is, if the husband's taking care of the money, the husband says, okay, I understand the money. Wife, you don't understand the money. The wife says, okay, honey, you understand the money, and I don't understand the money. They resign themselves, and you cannot let yourself be in that position ever. You both have to understand your money. And I think one of the things that kind of is the undercurrent is, and guess what? If you don't know about your money now, you won't know about your money, and it's impossible for you to understand your money. And that's not true. What we find is when couples come in and they go through the entire planning process, by the time we get done, they both are fully aware and both fully understand the planning process. They understand their assets more than they've ever understood. And what we find out is, let's say one of the spouses has not taken part in any of the money management up to date, and it's been 35 years. And now they do as part of a plan. The wife By the time we get done, we'll know as much about the assets as the husband does when we get done with the planning process.
Yeah, I know, but the listeners right now, I know if the wife is listening right now and she hasn't been active in the money management and the investment strategies for the last 30 or 40 years, she's saying to herself, that's not true. I know nothing about it. That's okay. 99% of the people we meet with don't know anything about it, and our job is to educate you, not which one fell swoop in one meeting. This is a process we go through to make sure that you understand what you're doing before you do it, and that we have a plan in place to accomplish all the goals that you've identified.
Well, here's why, though. Think about it. No one knows about their money.
Nope.
How many clients really know about their money? I'm going to give you a quick example, and maybe you can talk about what this really means and how you've seen it. So I had a client come in a few years ago, and really smart guy, MBA in finance, was a VP in the finance industry, had over $3 million of assets saved, young, I think in the 60s, and he was the one that took care of the money, and because he worked in the finance industry, the wife said, honey, you take care of it. She knew nothing about the money, literally. And when he came in, he said, well, I have to admit something to you both. And he goes, I'm going to cancel this appointment before we came in today. And I'm like, why? And she's like, why, honey? I thought we wanted to come. He said, we did. Then I started feeling anxious and anxiety because I knew I was going to have to admit something in front of Dan, but worse in front of you. And she said, what's that? He said that I really don't understand our money. And I've been doing the best I can. And I've been doing what I've been told and what's been recommended, but I really don't understand our money. And this is a guy that probably worked at $1 billion company, had a huge budget, had budget employees, knew finances at the company level, but didn't know anything about their own personal money.
Oh. Well, that's one person that's being totally honest, Dan, but you have the other side of people that come in and they don't want to admit that, and they know down deep they really don't understand their money, but they're never going to admit that. The key to this whole process is
it's not just they don't. It's not just they don't want to admit it. I don't think they actually think they can even really understand their money.
Well, maybe that's what it is, but they can. Everybody can understand their money. I mean, Dan and I have spent, our careers putting together this planning.